Welcome to Tesla Global, the home of the latest Tesla news. Today we take a look at Apple car production gets potential 2024 target amid talks with Toyota. Also, Tim Cook talks Apple's autonomous car plans and Elon Musk's attempt to sell Tesla. In addition, TSLA Bull explains why the Apple car is not a threat to Tesla's market share. And finally, Apple car project continues evolving with larger test fleet and fresh, new hire. Let's get into the video. Apple car production gets potential 2024 target amid talks with Toyota. Apple is reportedly looking to Asia as it lays some groundwork for the Apple car. The tech giant reportedly plans to visit Toyota to discuss the Apple car's mass production, which is expected to start by 2024. Toyota isn't the first legacy automaker Apple has approached since talk of the Apple car re-emerged in recent months. Earlier this year, reports emerged stating that Apple was taking preliminary steps in its EV project by talking with South Korean carmaker Hyundai. Apple seems open to partnering with traditional OEMs on its EV project. However, the company also appears to be exploring other manufacturing options for the Apple car. For instance, Apple reportedly considered partnering with Magna International, a Canada-based company that offers EV manufacturing services, as well. According to Digitimes, Apple's current efforts to visit Asian carmakers and suppliers are part of its preparations for the development and eventual production of its all-electric vehicle. One of the main focuses of the visits is rumored to be the battery supply chain for the Apple car. Last month, Apple was rumored to be talking to multiple EV component manufacturers in Korea. The California-based company reportedly talked with Korean battery manufacturers like LG Chem and SK Innovation. While in Korea, Apple also talked with Hanwha, a company that offers its expertise in petrochemical technology and advanced materials. Hanwha also promises to provide innovative and sustainable solutions to its customers, hinting at Apple's direction with its EV supply chain. Apple seems hyper-aware of the type of electric vehicle people want, down to its tiniest components. The fact that Hanwha was considered an option for the Apple car supply chain means the tech company knows the significance of sustainability to customers today. Tim Cook talks Apple's autonomous car plans and Elon Musk's attempt to sell Tesla. In December, Elon Musk remarked that he actually tried to reach out to Apple CEO Tim Cook for a potential Tesla acquisition during the Model 3 ramp's darkest days. Tesla's market cap was just a fraction of its current valuation then, and thus, the deal would have been an easy acquisition for Apple. According to Musk, however, Tim Cook refused to take the meeting. As history would ultimately show, Tesla would eventually get out of the Model 3's production hell and later grow into one of the market's most notable automakers, so much so that it actually qualified as a member of the S&P 500 in 2020. Tesla joined the S&P 500 as one of the index's largest members last year, to much acclaim. Cook, for his part, has been quite silent about Musk's comments. Reports have emerged about Apple's apparent plans to release an all-electric car that's capable of autonomous driving, but with regards to the Tesla CEO's account, Tim Cook and Apple have been quiet. That is, at least, until now. During a recent appearance at the Sway podcast, Apple CEO Tim Cook finally commented about Elon Musk's previous statement. Sway host Kara Swisher brought up Elon Musk's comments while asking about Apple's plans for the autonomy sphere. Last year, Elon Musk said he offered to sell Tesla to Apple for 1/10 its value. And he said you wouldn't even take a meeting with him, Swisher said. Tim Cook noted that he respects Elon Musk's work and that he thinks Tesla has done remarkable things. You know, I've never spoken to Elon, although I have great admiration and respect for the company he's built. I think Tesla has done an unbelievable job of not only establishing the lead, but keeping the lead for such a long period of time in the EV space. So I have great appreciation for them, Cook said. Cook also shared some insights on Apple's autonomous car plans. In terms of the work that we're doing there, obviously, I'm going to be a little coy on that. The autonomy itself is a core technology, and my view. If you sort of step back, the car, in a lot of ways, is a robot. An autonomous car is a robot. And so there's lots of things you can do with autonomy. And we'll see what Apple does. We investigate so many things internally. Many of them never see the light of day. I'm not saying that one will not, he said. Despite Musk's comments about Tim Cook, Tesla and Apple seem to have moved on and are now working together. This was hinted at by recent reports which suggested that Apple's California flat solar farm would be supported by Tesla Megapack batteries. The installation, which would be capable of storing 240 megawatt-hours of energy, would help power Apple's Cupertino headquarters. TSLA Bull explains why the Apple car is not a threat to Tesla's market share. Tesla bull Gene Munster from Loop Ventures doesn't think the Apple car is a threat to Tesla's market share. In the midst of TSLA's first trading day as a stock in the S&P 500 index, Reuters reported that Apple plans to start producing its own all-electric vehicle with autonomous features by around 2024. Speaking on behalf of Loop Ventures, Munster stated that he believes Apple will likely have a business related to autonomous vehicles within the next decade. Munster also shared that the firm doesn't think the Apple car would take away market share from Tesla, but rather traditional automakers. Loop Ventures predicts that EVs will account for close to 30% of all auto sales by 2025. It believes Tesla will hold 1/3 of the global EV market share. As such, Apple has the opportunity to grab a good portion of the EV market from traditional automakers and other startups. In the stock market, it appears to be a different story. Short term, Loop Ventures predicts that the Apple car will weigh on TSLA shares as it will be another risk factor for Tesla investors to consider in their investment thesis. The firm believes Apple will remain a negative impact on TSLA's multiples from 2023 onwards. Gene Munster did have a little caveat about the Apple car. He recalled the time when Loop Ventures expected the tech giant to launch an Apple-branded TV years ago. In the end, I was wrong. Apple never did a TV. As talk of Apple car gains momentum, I'm reminded of a valuable lesson I learned the hard way. Just because Apple is working on a product doesn't mean it will see the light of day. If Apple does launch its own EV into the market, it would be the first consumer electric car coming from a giant in the tech industry. As such, it might have an edge in the EV market. Legacy OEMs appear to be having difficulty harmoniously combining today's advanced software with traditional cars. For Apple, it would be a different story. Sources with seemingly close ties to Project Titan shared that Apple would be open to partnering with a legacy automaker on its electric vehicle. Apple Car project continues evolving with larger test fleet and fresh, new hire. Apple's long-rumored Project Titan, also known as the Apple Car Initiative, has gone through several changes over the years. While the Cupertino-based tech giant initially appeared to be focused on manufacturing its own vehicle, the company has since opted to focus on developing self-driving technologies instead. Apple CEO Tim Cook, for one, stated back in June 2017 that Apple was very focused on autonomous systems. Since then, the iPhone maker has gone all in on the self-driving race. Today, the company commands the largest fleet of autonomous vehicles on California's roads, even surpassing the numbers of veterans in the field such as Waymo. The growth of Apple's self-driving fleet in California has been no less than astounding. According to a MacRumors report, information obtained from the California Department of Motor Vehicles has revealed that Apple started with a fleet of 27 autonomous vehicles in January. By March, there were 45 self-driving vehicles operated by the tech giant. By mid-May, the company had 55 vehicles and 83 drivers in its fleet. Just 2 weeks after that, Apple's fleet of self-driving cars has grown to 62 vehicles and 87 drivers. In comparison, Waymo has 51 autonomous vehicles testing on CA roads. Apple's self-driving cars are characterized by their rather hefty roofs, which include an array of cameras and advanced LiDAR equipment. The vehicles are running Apple's in-development autonomous driving software. Just like some of Google's fleet, Apple has selected Lexus to be its car manufacturer of choice, with the company using Lexus RX 450h SUVs as its test vehicles. Each of Apple's self-driving cars is deployed with a safety driver, as the company's permit currently does not allow fully driverless operations yet. Apart from growing its fleet, Apple is also growing its talent pool for its self-driving initiatives. Just recently, the company hired senior self-driving car engineer Jamie Wado, who has previous experience as an engineer from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. What is particularly notable from Wado's work experience, however, was that she worked for Waymo before joining Apple's self-driving car project. The former NASA engineer oversaw systems engineering at Waymo, while also aiding the self-driving car at Google's subsidiary and making pivotal decisions about the driverless operations of its test fleet in Arizona. Apple's self-driving car project is among the company's largest, most ambitious initiatives to date, with CEO Tim Cook dubbing it as the mother of all AI projects. In a way, Tim Cook's statement rings true, considering that Apple has made its name and established its reputation in consumer technology, not in automotive engineering. While the company does have experience with artificial intelligence and machine learning thanks to products like the iPhone and voice-activated assistants like Siri, a self-driving car system is an entirely different challenge. It is, after all, one that Google is still trying to master despite being in the industry since 2009, and one that Tesla is still seeking to learn despite having more than 150,000 vehicles on its fleet gathering data every day.